How's it going, guys? Welcome to Season 3 of my NHL 19 Seattle Kraken expansion franchise. If you missed the last episode, we made it to the playoffs. Unfortunately, though, early exit. You can see there, Backstrom was our leading scorer, 6 points in 6 games. Dallas Stars won the Stanley Cup. So we've actually made the playoffs both of our first 2 years. Unfortunately, haven't turned into a Stanley Cup. And obviously, that means we don't have a high pick, but we were able to trade some assets to get some nice players last year. We'll see what we can do in this year's draft. So, Ottawa there, second and third, I forgot about that. Edmonton first overall gets Lafreniere. Obviously, there was a roster update recently. That's not going to be affecting this as it started beforehand, but it will affect cover bust. So our first pick isn't until pick number 25, 4th round. That's insane. So obviously, yeah, Lafreniere does go first. Yui here, second overall to Ottawa. 84 overall out of the draft. Medium elite potential, though. So Lafreniere is lower rated, but has the high elite. I guess we'll have to wait and see who becomes the better player in the end. Byfield there, also 76 out of the draft, same rating as Lafreniere. He's actually in the game now, added by EA, unfortunately, still no player picture. Walker there, 79 medium elite, Nightingale 76, unknown potential though. Cons medium top 6, so I mean, I still can't believe 84 overall out of the draft. Like, that's the best player of the draft in a while. I really wish he wasn't there. Like, Lafreniere should be an 80 and he should be like the best one. I feel like that's just too much, especially in a year that we know about the prospects. That happened in like 2022 or something where we really don't know the prospects yet. Wouldn't be as big of a deal, but we'll see what we can get here with our next pick. Obviously, we're taking some chances. A lot of the guys we scared are gone. Jekimov's there. Chansey's low elite. We'll check, I guess, potentials. Okay, these two have a decent chance of being medium elite, both goalies. We'll see if there's any gems available to us. Doesn't look like it. I mean, obviously, we missed the first 3 rounds. It's going to be pretty tough for us here to get some value, but we just have to hope. So I'm going to take Backstrom here as he is the higher ranked of the two. Both have like a decent chance of being medium elite. 48 overall out of the draft. Don't know his potential. Obviously going to have to hope that he's at least like a medium starter. That'd be nice. The Rangers here offering us a 6th and a 7th for our 5th. Both are in 2021 though. I think that would leave us with less than 4 picks in this year's draft, so I have to say no. Also, I don't really know if I want to even do that. Like, I feel like to move down, they should be giving us a bit more. This dude here, Kuhlman, Chansey's a medium top 4. Like I said, I'm just going to be taking chances here. Low elite, pretty good odds of this guy. Philstrom dude should be available with our next picks. We'll go Bergenheim here. We'll go another goalie and just kind of hope we hit on one of them. Exact same rating, 48 overall. So hopefully one of them is at least decent. Sort of an early pick here in the 6th. Pick number 11. Hopefully that low elite defenseman there is available. And he is. It's semi-accurate. He's available, or semi-accurate. He is a low elite. There's also a starter there for sure. Low top 9. Low top 9 though is like almost not worth drafting. So we'll just take Pilstrom here. I totally forgot to check similar style and stuff. I mean, the last 2 goalies, I don't really know if similar style matters for a goalie. Like, I feel like it's either Martin Brodeur or it's a backup kind of thing. But that guy there unfortunately doesn't have one. 55 overall. Again, we gotta hope the potential's right. Should know after the summer. Another 6th round pick here, pick number 25. So far, I mean, if we get lucky, these picks are good. Guaranteed medium fringe starters, actually a pretty solid 6th round pick. So we'll take the goalie still. 47 out of the draft. I'm not sure if we have a 7th round pick or not. We do, okay. Delaurier, low top 9. And I'm sorry by potential now, it's pretty much just AHL players left. This Richardson guy is actually the best one there. With the pretty good chance he's a low starter. Actually, this Burrish dude though, guaranteed low top 6. We already have 3 goalies from this draft. I can't really justify drafting another one. So hopefully these guys are decent. I feel like, oh shit, we have another pick. I forgot we got another 7th round pick back. Okay, so maybe we just take this goalie then. Low top 9 is really not going to cut it, I don't think, for me as a forward. We're just going to take an all goalie draft here. Hopefully one of them ends up being like our future starting goaltender. I mean, I feel like 4 goalies in one draft, that's got to be a record. Again, hopefully it works out for us. Most of the guys, you know, have a good chance to be decent potential. And the fact too, we didn't even have a top or a pick in the first 3 rounds. I feel like that went over pretty well. And we're now at the re-sign phase here, guys. We have $25.5 million in cap space. All of our top players are locked up, which is pretty awesome. I'm not even sure actually who needs a new deal. So Sunny's there. Everyone's under contract. I was actually looking around though. This Spruev guy, I don't really know how to say his name. But anyways, 80 overall center. He grew a lot for us last year. Got him in 2019, 3rd round. Only has 60 faceoffs, so I feel like I'm definitely going to be moving him to the wing this summer. We even have Kopp there and Kurt Isle, both 79s. Like, definitely Don't need him in the center. Like, this team's got a lot of depth. I feel like we can maybe make a run next year. Wingers here, Timashov does need a new deal. 79 overall. If he doesn't grow, he's at least a 4th liner. 1 year, 900K. I mean, honestly, though, for an extra 200K again for 2 years, I feel like that's worth it. Maybe it takes like 1,050K. Hutchinson, AHL, just not worth the contract in my eyes. Let's see here. Right wingers. So Duclair doesn't want to sign. That kind of sucks. 80 overall. If he wants not 1.8, I mean, I'll give him what he wants. I don't think he'll take it, though, because he's not interested in an extension, but you never know. Aberg, 26.79. Richie's same thing. I mean, if these guys don't want too much money, yeah, 900K, like, that is fine. Easily, you can just bury that in the AHL. 1.9, though. Dom can do that for Richie. Just going to have to let him go. Dano, hopefully under $1 million. 1.3, yeah, that's a bit expensive. We can't qualify him, though, so we'll just do that. 77 is not worth, like, an NHL deal. Spencer Watson's now at 70. Had a pretty good year in the AHL last year. Obviously, we'd like to keep him. See if we can keep it up. This AHL guy, I didn't realize we had. Medium top 9 for Nurmi. I feel like he's worth at least keeping for now. Getzlav here, low top 6. Obviously going to sign him. Can't let him just go to free agency. Looking at the defense now. Top 4 is all locked up. Quinn Hughes needs an extension. Or, no, not an extension. I don't think he ever got a contract. Or maybe he did. I'm not sure. Oh, this is not an entry-level deal, so he must have already. Okay. 3 years, 2.9. He's already an 80. What if we just locked him up for the rest of the thing? 4.8 for the next 8 years? That might be what we do. Like, kind of like a Roman Yossi deal. Or I guess we only need him for 7. And that decreases it by 500K. Because we've only got... or actually, no. We have to play the 3rd year. So we actually do need the 8 years. 8 years, $4.5 million. If he grows to like a high 80, this is an insane contract. Obviously, we're overpaying him right now, but it could be a really good contract in the future. Alexiak there kind of rounds out the top 6 nicely. Same with Schmaltz. Alexiak, though, does not want the extension. Schmaltz does, so might kind of have our hands tied here. Let's do 2 years, $2 million for Schmaltz. For an 80 overall, it's not too bad. Again, so we have 6 guys are 80 plus. I think we're just going to have to let Alexiak go, especially if he doesn't want the extension. England's just kind of like a decent AHL defenseman. We'll sign him. Vishnevsky here, 72 overall. Hopefully he can have a big year in the AHL. Brisebois, 22-72. Obviously going to keep him, see how he does in the AHL. Sandin made that trade with the Leafs. Hopefully continues to grow. Anybody else? Niemelainen, 22-67. I feel like that's worth holding on to for now, at least for 1 more year. Dalton here, low top 6. I feel like we have the contract spots, can probably afford to sign him, especially at the minimum salary. Why not? Should we give this guy 64 overall? Does that make the AHL team? It doesn't. Okay, so we'll just leave him unsigned for now. The reason to like hand out a contract, we don't need to. And then goalies, look at how many goalies we have. Again, I'm hoping one of the guys we drafted is decent. Especially like if one of these 2 is a medium elite, that'd be pretty awesome, even just for trade value. All of our goalies as well need extensions. I didn't realize that. Okay, so Grubauer has looked really good for us. Why not continue to roll with him? Wants 2 years there at 4.9. Let's do 2 years, 4.75. 86 overall. It's honestly a bit of a steal. Korpisalo also wants to stay. Good young backup. Let's go 1.625 there for 1 year. Sparks has 1 year left to grow. He's a good AHL starter. Could even become the backup for us. Then we move on from Korpisalo, maybe make a trade or something. Let's just do 1 year. He's got 1 year left to grow. We'll see kind of what he's got here. So 975K. Vlader there, just a solid AHL backup. Why not bring him back 1 year? And then all these guys don't need to be signed. Plus, they're not going to have playtime. So might as well leave them unsigned for now. So hopefully everyone signs. I think everyone will, except for maybe Duclair, if that's the case, whatever. We should have actually a decent amount of money to go in free agency too. Probably not going to do anything too long-term, mostly short-term, as we do have, like, essentially, Milroy's going to get a big raise. I'm sure some other guys, so obviously want to keep playing it safe here with the salary cap. As you can see here, Korpisalo accepted our offer. Grubauer also accepted, and Duclair rejected. Click day a little too quick there. Let's see, Aberg rejected. I think should be able to bring him back for like a bit more. Schmaltz rejects. Hughes accepts. That Hughes contract could be huge for us. We'll see. Mostly these just all AHL deals left, I believe. Timashov rejects. Probably just going to have to like give them maybe an extra 200K each to get it to go through. Duclair, though, I kind of figured would say no, so probably just let him go to free agency. So I just gave Schmaltz and Aberg a new offer, just like a slight increase. Also, I realized I missed a bunch of centers. I don't know how I did this. Kurt here's an RFA, needs a new deal, so glad I didn't miss that. We'd have lost them all for free. Morgan Frost, imagine if we lost him. 1 year, 850K. I guess we'll do that, kind of see how he grows. Timashov, again, he's going to get like a slight increase, maybe 1.1, we'll do 1.15. That's pretty much what he's asking for. But honestly, that's not even that bad. Audette should be like under $1 million. Yeah, he's an AHL guy. Same with Howerluck here. Honestly, the AHL teams should have a lot of depth. Peterson, I didn't even see this dude. What's he got? 700K, we'll do that. So, like I was saying, AHL teams should have a lot of depth. NHL teams should be stacked. One thing we're kind of missing, I guess, is like a true forward superstar. We do have Backstrom. Obviously, he's very, very good. Doesn't really have a lot of help, though. Like Carlson at the back, Backstrom at the front. Hopefully, Milroy takes the next step, and then I think everyone else can kind of fill in. I like our team, especially if we can make a big free agent splash. You can see there, after all these signs, we'll still have about 15 million cap space. Let's see what we can do. So Aberg just rejected again, so there's too many players at my position on the depth chart. I gave him the max 2A offer, which is what he's asking for, so we might kind of have our hands tied here. Schmaltz accepted, Audette accepted, Kurt Howerluck, Timashov, Peterson, Frost. Okay, so everyone else accepted. Alright, so there we go. Aberg accepted our offer, changed it to one way, and then like boosted it by 100K or something. So we are losing Duclair, Richie, and Alexiak. Duclair and Alexiak didn't want to resign. Richie was way too much money. Like, he was double what Aberg was. Same age, same overall. But I think we still have very good depth. And like I was saying before, I want to check free agency now. Should have a decent amount of money as well to spend here. Yeah, just under 15 million. James Schwartz is available. That'd be a big-time player to add. Put on this line with Backstrom. Kovalchuk there. A bit too old for me, I think, at 37. Landeskog, I mean, a year younger than Schwartz. Wants a little over $1 million less. If Schwartz is an elite, but Landeskog still has the elite potential, it means he'll keep his rating longer. That's very interesting. Like, we could actually even sign both. Kaprizov here. He's Minnesota's KHL guy. He's a wait, Kirill Kaprizov. Yeah, he's like the Minnesota KHL player that came over. 23 years old, and he's a UFA? What? So, they didn't even give him a qualifying offer. They just must have no salary cap space. Lowly potential, I know because I made him. So we could just keep getting better. I think he's the guy we go for. Sod there is done growing. Same with Barchi. Corey Perry, Jonas Brodin, Adam Larson. There's a lot of guys here. And we have a decent amount of money. Like, we should really at least get a couple of these guys. Also going to check goalies quick, just out of curiosity. Frederick Anderson's available. Same with Devin Dubnyk. I mean, we already have Grubauer, though, who's, like, what, 2 overall below. Dubnyk's now 34 years old as well, but still an 88. And we already have our backup, too, in Corpusalo. So we really don't have to worry about goalies. Could just check by potential. Obviously, these could be wrong. That's the only thing. Ingram, I think, is actually decent. 23 and 75. Low starter, guaranteed. Like, we already have so many goalies, though. Sheshyorkin and Sorokin, both available as well. 24.79s. I know they both have low elite. I don't know why the New York teams didn't sign them. That's really strange. Geez, I kind of want both of them. I think one's younger, though. Sheshyorkin, 24. I think Sorokin's a year younger. Even though it says the same age, I think, like, Sheshyorkin's going to turn 25. So, let's see. 1 year, 1 million. I'd back up Garrett Sparks. I think you have to go for the value there. Who cares? Ingram's a year younger. Yeah, so he's not quite as good. These guys are both low elite. I know that for a fact. I don't know what the New York teams are doing. That's really strange. Even still, like, with Kaprizov, I guess Minnesota doesn't have the value. Brady Tkachuk? What is going on here? Brady Tkachuk doesn't get an offer from Ottawa. This is so strange. Obviously going to make him a big offer. So this is Brady Tkachuk that I made, not the one that just came in the most recent roster update. So he's got high top 6, 80 overall at 20 years old. See if he'll do like 7 years, 3.5. Kind of like Quinn Hughes. If we can get these like really good players locked up long term, that'd be insane. I'm glad I noticed him available. Oliver Wahlstrom. The dude was like leading AHL in scoring, so a bunch of the creative players are just not getting signed. I wonder if this is like a glitch. I don't know, but they're in free agency, so they're obviously like open to anyone. Oh, he goes really expensive, 6.4 million. Wow, even... Okay, let's just try and outbid everybody here on the 1 year deal then. 2.5 there for 1 year. And Kaprizov, again, we're going to go big on him. Landeskog and Schwartz are good, but like Landeskog's same rating, doesn't have 4 years left to grow. And Schwartz is only 2 higher and more expensive. So, let's see here. Kaprizov, 7 years. Let's do... we want to get him, right? So 7 by 2.5. We just give Kachuk 3, that's 10. Wallstrom was like 2, so we'll have 2 million left. Our D's pretty solid. This guy here, 2368. Medium top 6. It's pretty accurate as well. Milicic. Okay, I should know who this guy is. Alright, let's take a chance here. Oh, they'll probably just match that. And check this out, guys. Columbus just offered us a 3rd round pick. Our 3rd round pick, actually. For Garrett Sparks, a 4th and a 6th. If we get Sorokin, then like he essentially replaces Sparks, and he's a younger version. Then we move up in the draft by 1 round. But like, I don't know, moving up by 1 round in exchange for Sparks and a 6th, I feel like we can definitely get more if we were to decide to move on from him. Even like just getting a free 6th round pick, I feel is better. Milicic here does looks like to be signing with Pittsburgh, even though it said I accepted your offer. The logo's behind him. Wallstrom accepts, so he like led the AHL in goals, points, and he was the MVP. Just got him for free. I'm not sure what the Islanders are doing there. Sorokin also went with us, so our AHL starting and backup are pretty stacked. Kachuk as well. Aberg and a 5th for a 3rd. I mean, we just got Kachuk and Wallstrom, so we really don't need Aberg now. Definitely accepting that trade. Now let's keep it going here. Kaprizov accepts as well. Geez, so we're getting all of them. He had 18 points in 20 games last year. We still have 3.6 million in cap space. Could even sign like Alex Nylander. Oh, he's an RFA. I was gonna say, like, what are these teams doing with their salary cap? I do not know where their money's going. Let me see here. Defense. Like, we have 2 80s on the bottom pair. Quinn Hughes, though, should be higher after the summer. And then if Schmaltz is our 180 as the 6th guy, it's not a big deal. Like Martinez. I don't even think it's really worth it. Like, so we have Carlson as our number 1 as well. I think I'd rather just honestly keep the cap space. We do have 5 contract spots, though. Let's check 2A potential and see if anyone decent's available. 23. Oh, Blake Spears. Yeah, he's not a bad player at all. Let's give him the max there. New Jersey does have a chance to re-sign, but whatever. This dude here, 2168. Pretty good chance he's a medium top 9, so we can get him. I think that's a pretty good free add-on. Also, this guy here, True, 2272. Medium top 9. We can get him on our AHL team, get him playing. He might even grow to be better than that. Honestly, I can't believe we got all those guys. Like, I want to go and check now and see kind of how much cap space the Islanders have for losing Wallstrom, and then the Senators have for losing Kachuk. I kind of... Or no, we took over... Or yeah, let me see here. Senators, cap space, 15 million, and they let Kachuk go. Like, contracts 40 to 50. I don't get that at all. Alright, I just checked too to make sure, like, there wasn't some glitch where there was like a second Kachuk in free agency and the regular one wasn't on their team, but no. For whatever reason, I have no idea. They do not re-sign Kachuk. Shabbat's now at 90. McIntosh, who is this guy? 90 overall. 2nd overall in 2018. Wow, so this is like the redraft or whatever. That dude's a 90. I still don't... How do you not re-sign Kachuk? Islanders here, 6.2 million in cap space. Don't re-sign Wallstrom. And then Minnesota, like, I think they probably don't have the cap space. No, they have 24 million. I don't get it. And the student-ish guy here, 68 overall, top 94 potential. He just signed with us. Honestly, probably don't even have to make, like, any trades this summer. Free agency was so good for us. Hopefully just have some growth. Kind of see what the roster's looking like day 1. And then hopefully just be a absolute beast of a team. Make some additions at the deadline. Make a Stanley Cup run. Because we also have, like, Dotch making the team, Krebs making the team. Like, we are going to be stacked. And we just got a very interesting offer from the Canucks. I want to give us a 2nd round pick here for Philstrom, who should be elite potential. I'm not sure if it's low or medium. A 7th round pick. If it's a low elite, I mean, I think it's a decent offer. The thing is, yeah, okay, pretty sure it's low elite. I was going to say medium elite, that would not be worth it. Who's our 2026th round pick? I mean, we're turning a 6th and a 7th into a 2nd. Oh, man. I already have a good amount of prospects. Do you want to give up on a low elite, though, for a 2nd round pick? And There's a chance he's not low lead. He could be worse. I guess he could also be better. I feel like we say no, right? Because like a second round pick, like a low lead in the second round would be a good pick. So why give up on a low lead, I guess? And as you can see here, Marco Dano accepted our qualifying offer, which is good. He wanted over $1 million. I mean, he's definitely going to be in AHL for this year. Our team just has so much depth, especially after like signing Kachuk and Wallstrom out of free agency. Very excited to see kind of how everyone's grown over the summer and what the team's looking like. Alright guys, so ready to look at the NHL team going into this season. Honestly, we are so stacked. Having all those draft picks in the 2019 draft, along with already a good team, continuing to draft and develop, like, our team is insane. We actually still have like $6.5 million in cap space as well. So first line here, Peyton Krebs now an 84, playing with Backstrom there, and Kaprizov, who's actually an 88 now after the summer. Fiala, Milroy, and Mestikov is the second line. Milroy was a winger, but I changed him to center. I was thinking about doing this last season, decided not to. Had to do it this time, though. 80 faceoffs, so obviously he can play center. He's not going to be too bad there. With solid defensive awareness, like 5-star defensive stats, he should be, honestly, maybe even better as a center. Reason being, obviously, didn't really have a second-line center. Dotch, 82, is more of a third-liner. Speaking of which, pretty solid third line here. Burakovsky, Dotch, and Wallstrom. Wallstrom's down 82. Fourth line here, we have that Spruev guy. I moved him to the wing, like I was saying. He has no good faceoff stats with Heinen and Kachuk. So, I mean, the forward group's pretty nasty. Defense could be a bit better, but obviously having Carlson at the head of it definitely helps out. So Spurgeon and Carlson's the top pair. Montour and Hughes on the second. Hopefully Hughes continues to grow. And then Ekholm and Schmaltz on the third. Definitely if we're going to upgrade, it might be a defenseman or two. And then goalies here, Grubauer's a starter. Korpisalo backing him up. I mean, we don't have like the elite #1 starting goaltender that's like 88 plus, but Grubauer 86 is pretty close. And then we have a very, very good backup in Korpisalo. So honestly, the team should be fine. Also want to show you guys quickly the power play. Like, look how stacked this is. Milroy, Backstrom, Kaprizov, Krebs, Carlson. The second one here is kind of like a younger one. You got Wallstrom, Dodge, and Mestikov there with Hughes and Spurgeon. So this team should be scoring a lot. And I'll show you guys the AHL team next. AHL team, I know someone was mentioning like how because I have injuries off, I don't have to have a lot of depth. But honestly, if injuries were on, we'd have more than enough depth. Sorry. So the first line here, Timashov, Frost, and Brown could honestly be a third line in the NHL. Second line, Dano, Kerdile, and Kopp could be a fourth line. Then we have True, Audette, Watson, and Oxinen, Peterson, and Howrluck on the third and fourth. Like, the AHL team is pretty good. Vishnevsky here and Nikolish in the top pair. Vishnevsky's got medium elite potential. Nikolish low elite, so hopefully those two guys grow. Brisebois, Englund, Sandin, and Chisholm there to round out the rest of the defense. Goalies, Sorokin's down 81. He's our starter. Roll their backup. Hopefully he just kills it in the AHL. Sparks packing him up. He's actually 27 now, so he's no longer growing. I didn't realize that. And then obviously too we have Vlader as our third string goalie. Like, NHL team stacked, AHL team stacked. Have like a ton of players we could trade. Still have a good amount of picks as well. So hopefully we'll start simming here. It's a good season. And just continue to make this team to a dynasty. Like I said, the very first episode, I'd love to win like 5 Stanley Cups straight. I don't know if that's possible, but that is the goal. Also, guys, wanted to give you an update look at the scouts just to show you what regions are in, how many we have. So starting off, you can see we have 16 of 20. We're pretty much right at the budget there for scouts. I've got 8 amateur, 8 pro. Basically, I have 1 for each pro division, NHL and AHL. So you can see there, Pacific, Atlantic, Metro, Pacific, North Atlantic, Central, Central. So like I said, 1 for each division. Basically, this just helps out for trades. If another team drafts a prospect, we only play them like once a year. Just gives us a better idea of their potential, as we already know their rating. And then have an amateur scout in all the main leagues. So Liga there, QMJHL, WHL Liga, SHL, Dell, OHL, USA East. I guess we're missing USA West, but that should be okay. And also, as you can see here, I'm really focused on like the rating for the region. A bunch of these scouts are like season Ds in overall, but the region specific is all A+. So hopefully all the guys are looking at in the region, they're very, very familiar with and can give us like a good rating on. Not too hard to find guys like A+ in a certain region, and obviously it helps you save money. Like, we only have 16 and we're right against the salary budget with mostly like C and D scouts. So this is just kind of how I do it, and hopefully gives you the best results. And just got a big offer, guys, from the LA Kings. Want to give us Muzzin and a 3rd round pick for Frost, Sandin, and a 3rd. This is how I'd like to upgrade the D, and we could afford to add him, but it looks like he has 7th D potential, which is very scary. Let's see here. He's 85 overall, 31 years old, 7th D potential, so it's probably top 6, but that means that he's still going to start getting worse. The fact it's 7th D is really scary. He is like high rated though, giving up very good prospect in Frost and a solid one in Sandin, so I think I'm going to say no here. Team should be good enough to win without him, and I'd rather add a younger D-man if we're going to do that. So we're at the middle of November here, guys. As you can see, we have a record of 11-5-1. Pretty good start. AHL team there, 12-4-2. Quick look just to see where we are in the standings, who our leading scorer is. So Kaprizov there, 21 points. Vegas, though, actually has a 1-point lead on us. All right, so going to be close. LA as well is tied. That's kind of crazy. And we just got off from the Maple Leafs. They want to give us Marleau in the 4th for a 3rd, a 4th, and Wendland, who's a top 9 potential of prospect. Honestly, though, I'm not even going to look at Marleau's rating. We just don't need forward help. All it would really do is make one of our younger players grow slower, which obviously is not what we want. We just got another trade offer, guys, and this is a big one. Minnesota's offering us Ryan Suter for Sandin and Getzlav. Neither of them are like elite potential. They're both solid, though. Sandin, medium top 4. Getzlav, I believe, is medium top 6 or low top 6. Let me see here. Okay, Getzlav's only low top 6. Obviously, Suter would be pretty good to pair up on the top pair there with Carlson. Kind of complement each other well. He's a defensive defenseman. Carlson's offensive. 35 years old. 86 overall there. Potential is top 6D, so he is going to start getting worse. And he's making a lot of money. 7.5 for the next 4 years. I guess after this, it would just be 3. So I'm thinking if we're going to do this, we need them to be taking salary back. 100%. I'm thinking probably... I don't know, who's like kind of the most overpaid defenseman we have. Spurgeon's pretty good still at 5.3. Ekholm's only an 82, making 3.7 for 1 more year. So maybe we do Ekholm, and that's like kind of doubling his salary. He's also left-handed. Montour is also going to need a new contract. He might want to raise. He's got 1 year left to grow. I think Ekholm would definitely be cheaper to re-sign than Montour would be. Spurgeon, I kind of like that price he's at. And honestly, I really don't want to trade Sandin. He's like our 2nd best defensive prospect behind Wisniewski, and we don't have too many. So I think Montour for Suter. I mean, what's Suter? Is he an 85 or an 86? 86. Montour, like I said, good chance he just wants to go to free agency. He'll be 20. Like, he'll be the kind of youngest age you can be going to free agency. Getzlav's a low top 6. This is actually better value for them. So I could probably even take back Getzlav and add like a worse prospect. So rather than trade them Getzlav, who's a prospect, I'll trade them Kurdile, who's just in the AHL anyway, playing 2nd line center. He's behind Frost. So we're basically getting them a bit more ready NHL players here, but I think the value is about equal. And we're also, like, if we do this, before we were taking on basically the whole $7.5 million. Now, what is that, 5.3? We're only taking on 2.2, so not too bad at all. We'll see what they say. Trade accepted. Okay, so that's a big addition to the defense. I like it. Also, guys, just to show you how stacked we are, check out the trade values on this team. I mean, look at that first page. Backstrom is the last player there. As an 89 overall center, elite potential. Like, I don't think I've ever had that many medium elites. Like, that's just insane. And Brady Tkachuk there is not even being shown. High top 6 forward. Like, this team is so stacked. Even to, like, go to goalies. Grubauer is pretty solid. Also, those 2 goalies we drafted that were like potentially medium elites, they're both medium starters, so still not too bad. This year's draft, obviously, we don't have too many picks. We have a 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 7th, but I mean, when you look at that, it doesn't really matter. I think we'll be okay. And we're at the new year here, guys. Unfortunately, the team's not doing quite as good. We're 19, 15, and 3 now. I don't know how adding Ryan Suter made us worse. AHL team, though, is crushing it, 24, 11, and 2, so I'm just going to sim the next couple months here up to the trade deadline. Hopefully, can kind of like start winning a bit more. Like, this team is stacked. No reason we shouldn't be well into the playoffs. And obviously, if we are, we'll try and add a few pieces at the deadline. We just got another decent offer here, guys. Vegas wants to give us Miller for Sandin in a 4th. That's not asking too much, but we did just trade for Suter. So, like, I don't know if I want to do it. Expiring contract, 83 overall. Yeah, so he's like a bottom pair for us. I don't think it's worth giving up Sandin. Now, the Islanders are offering us Josh Bailey and Cizikas for Sandin, Getzlav in a 3rd. This might not be too bad if Bailey's like an 85. Could plug into our top 2 lines. He is an 85. I think we have Nemestikov, Fiala, who are both 84s. I mean, the thing is, we're going to give up a bunch of prospects just to gain like 1 overall. Krebs is an 87 now. Oh my god. He is tearing it up. That's awesome. Dodge gained an overall. Hughes, though, is still an 81. Yeah, so Nemestikov there, you can see 84. Fiala is an 83 now, actually. Maybe move on from him? Let's see. So he's got... That's not too great. 22 points in 52 games, and he's playing on the 2nd line. Instead of Standing, we could do Fiala. they don't want him as much, but the value would be similar, and we don't need Zizekas, so take him off. So let's try this. Getzlav, a third in 2021, and Fiala for Bailey. I feel like this should go through, and it does. So there we go. Another upgrade for the team. Honestly, we need it too. Right there you can see we're a little over 500 here. A few weeks out from the trade deadline. I don't know how we're not doing better. Our team is so good. Hopefully they can start to turn it around here. Not a lot of time left. Just got another big trade offer. LA wants to give us Carter, a 4th and a 5th, for Sandin and a 4th. I mean, Carter would have to be pretty good to do this. Top 9 potential, obviously, he's getting older. 84 overall, okay. I definitely don't need to do this. We have more than enough forwards right now. Alright, guys, we're at the trade deadline here. As you can see, the record is not what I'd hoped. 29, 29, and 4. So, pretty much 500 record there. AHL team, though, is killing it, which I expected. I thought the NHL team, though, would be doing much better. This team is better than the last 2 teams. I don't get it. We're actually last in the Pacific. I just don't understand this game sometimes. Like, this team is so much better than the last 2 teams. I mean, the good thing is, though, it's so close. Like, we're, what, 3 wins away from a playoff spot. So, if we really turn around here, there is a chance we could make the playoffs still. The Central Division wildcards are actually further away than the 3rd spot in the Pacific. So, we do have hope. Kaprizov there, 41 points, 62 games. He's definitely slowed down. I mean, we added Suter, we added Bailey. Our team status changed from contender to champion. Doesn't really make any sense. So, I'll do some looking on the trading block. Obviously, I definitely don't want to give up any prospects or anything if we're going to miss the playoffs. So I'll definitely have to be kind of the right trade for now and the future if we're going to pull the trigger on it. We'll see what's out there. Alright guys, so right now I'm trying to make a huge trade with Washington for our goalie of now and the future, and Ilya Samsonov. He's actually on the block. 24 years old, already 87 overall. He's got the medium elite potential. They still have Braden Holtby, so obviously don't want to pay a backup $6 million, but we're going to see if they'll pay one $4.5 million. Samsonov there you can see has a lot of value, so I'm offering them Grubauer. Going to send him back to Washington. Again, they save a bit of money, only lose 1 overall on him. More than like capable backup. Also trading them Bergenheim here. Medium star potential. He's one of the guys we just drafted. And Connor Brown can definitely fill in for them somewhere. Right now he's got like 50 points in 60 games in the AHL. I'm also going to show you guys why I'm trading Bergenheim. So I drafted both these guys. Bergenheim's a year older and 1 overall less. So Backstrom should be like slightly better. So really, we're not giving up too much here for a huge upgrade in net. Even if we miss the playoffs, I still make this trade every day. We'll see what Washington says here. Trade rejected. Honestly, I thought that would have been enough. We'll see if we can add a little bit more here to get to go through. Alright guys, so we just added Andrew Copp in a 4th round pick as well. Hopefully it's enough to make them change their mind. Here we go. Trade accepted. So that is huge. Don't have to worry about goalie for a long time, especially too, totally forgot to mention, Samsonov is like under contract for the next 4 years. So that is pretty awesome. Korpisalo's backup for now. Could even end up being Sorokin, so just like a Russian tandem there. Very happy with the trade. Probably the only trade I'm going to make just because we are in such a limbo state right now at 500 at the deadline, even though our team is so stacked. Just got to kind of hope the team starts to turn around here in the last couple months. Actually, guys, I'm going to try and make one more trade here, offering Buffalo Dano for a 5th round pick. He's in the AHL, so might as well try and flip him here. And they say yes, so, I mean, basically a free pick. And now guys, I'm offering the Red Wings Sparks for a 4th round pick. He lost the backup job to Korpisalo and just kind of been stuck in the AHL. And now Samsonov's the starter, so might as well try and get something for him here. And they do say yes. Pretty awesome. Also want to show you guys one thing. I thought this is embarrassing for Detroit. So Garrett Sparks, 79, is now their starter. Before that, Howard was a 78 as their starter. This dude here, though, probably has medium elite potential. Our scouts think it's like 50-50 French starter, but based on the value, it's probably medium elite. This Benstrom dude also has it. The trade value I'm never like sure of how it's, if it's based on like what you think the potential is, what it actually is, or whatever. But I thought that was pretty funny that Sparks is another starter. Also looks like they have a better record than us, so kind of embarrassing. So after the trade deadline, guys, just an updated look at the team. First line's the same here: Krebs, Backstrom, Kaprizov. Second line's now Wallstrom, Milroy, and Bailey. Wallstrom's actually grown quite a bit now in 84, so if you're going to move up the lineup. Nemestikov here with Dodge and Spruev, or however you say this guy's name, on the 3rd, with Burakovsky, Heinen, and Kachuk on the 4th. I actually moved Burakovsky down from 2nd to 3rd, now 3rd to 4th. I also want to show you guys, too, Wallstrom's stats are so sick. Like, 95 deking, 93 hand-eye, 93 puck control, and his shot's really not that great, but somehow he always has more goals and assists, but I guess just because the dude's sick. Defense here, Hughes is actually on the top pair with Carlson. Spurgeon, Suter on the 2nd pair, then Ekholm, Schmaltz on the 3rd. I think the Suter trade might have not been the smartest move. Since the trade in like, 4 months time, he's already dropped overall twice, from the 86 and 84, so I don't know. We'll see kind of how that works out. It might not have been, like I said, the smartest thing. Goalies, though, Samsonov and Korpisalo there look to be pretty solid. Again, if we can have a run here after the deadline, we could still make the playoffs. AHL team, honestly, still looks pretty good, too. Timashov, Frost, and Watson there's the first line. Obviously, we got back a bunch of picks, and trading some of those guys helped us get Samsonov, D there. The top pair is very good. Still have Sorokin there as a starting goal in the AHL, so hopefully maybe they can make a run at the Calder Cup if we do end up missing the playoffs. I'm excited still to see what happens next. Alright guys, so season's now over. I honestly don't know what happened this year. 38, 36, and 8 record. After the deadline, we improved the goaltending, and I think we lost, what was that, first 5 games with Samsonov, had 1 OT game there. I don't know, sometimes the sim is just strange, so what are you going to do? The AHL team, though, continue to crush, so again, hopefully they can win the Calder, gain some experience. As you can see there, yeah, we missed the playoffs. 84 points is not going to do it. Kaprizov finishes our leading scorer there, 55 points, 82 games. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what went wrong this time, but that's okay. Hopefully next year we'll just bounce back. Carlson, 55. Backstrom, 52. Krebs, 50. So, I mean, the team was growing in overall. It just doesn't look like they're really putting up that many points, honestly. Maybe Milroy, put him back on the first line. I don't know, I thought having him as a second line center would just improve that entire second line. Dotch almost has many points, though. So that's definitely good to see. Hughes there, 20 points his first season. Yeah, we're gonna have to switch something up. I don't know what. They're just a weird year. Let's see. Samsonov here ended up having 6 and 14 record. That's not good. That's not good at all. Same save percentage though as Korpisalo. A little bit more goals against. So maybe we gotta go get us a couple defensemen. Maybe we'll just trade Suter for whatever we can. Whether it's a late pick or whatever, and then sign a couple, or maybe one of the dudes in the AHL will actually make the team next year. We'll have to find out. So quickly here as well, I'm going to take a look at the leading scorer. And check this out. As you can see, it's this Kimo Salo guy on the Montreal Canadiens. 102 points. 2019, second overall. So he went right after Jack Hughes. Jeez, 102 points. Looking like actually the better player than Jack Hughes right now, which is something I really don't like. Jack Hughes should be the best player in that draft or whatever. Tarasenko also with 102. That's kind of insane. Durant just playing with that dude. Ovechkin still almost 50 goal season there at 35. Taylor Hall at 90 points. Hischier also turning it up. Ben Marchand, Kuznetsov. So yeah, I don't know. Our big time players were not showing up. And obviously you can't win when that's the case. Just gonna check down and see who won the league as well, who finished last place. So St. Louis there, 107 points. Did Montreal miss? Okay, Montreal finished 10th. I was wondering if they missed the playoffs with 2 of the top 3 scorers. And where are we? We finished 25th. And the last place team, Nashville again. Nashville seems to always be at the bottom. Minnesota second last. Somehow Detroit finished above us with Garrett Sparks, their starting goaltender. That doesn't make sense. Again, I do not know what happened this year. I think we can probably just write it off as a fluke and not worry about it too much. I feel like otherwise, you might end up doing something stupid and tearing down this pretty stacked team. Timashov here in the AHL, 65 points. Frost had 60. Not bad at all. So now we're just going to have to hope for a good run here from the AHL team. Basically, it's going to be Timashov and Frost carrying it. Never mind. 102 points. And we missed the playoffs. Oh, so the AHL works. It's just the top 4 teams in each division. And we missed the 102 points. What a year. That sucks. And here, guys, look at the top prospects in this year's draft. Elijah Stoll here, considered the number 1 at least by Central Scouting. Our scouts have him at number 2, so we got a bit of a controversy here. Weaknesses, none. Similar style, Patrick Kane. Alright, I mean, it seems like they always do Patrick Kane. So then our guys think this is the number 1 dude, but Central Scouting has him at number 2. Bobby Hall. Wow. Weaknesses, though, lacks size, reach, so he's just smaller. That seems more like a Patrick Kane. Peluso here, currently being scouted. Also Patrick Kane-like. Orpik defenseman, Brent Burns. Salo here. Victor Hedman. I feel like Hedman's often compared to, but let's look at the top 5. Unfortunately, obviously, we can't pick one. Although if we had our first round pick, we'd actually have a shot. Watch our first round pick end up being a lottery pick. That would just be kind of the cherry on top of this season. And check this out, guys. Another crazy draft lottery. The San Jose Sharks win first overall with the Toronto Maple Leafs first round pick. That's nuts. Last year, Ottawa had second and third, and one of the picks was traded. San Jose also gets second with their own draft pick, and then Ottawa's third. So Ottawa's got 3 top 3 picks in the last 2 years, and San Jose here 1 and 2 back to back. Maybe there's like another Henrik and Daniel Sedin. Our pick there, number 8, is the Vancouver Canucks owned. So I'm just glad it wasn't a lottery pick. I'd have been so upset, honestly. So we're gonna check the awards now here before we end this. Also, I guess retired players here. Wonder if there's any big names. Patrick Marleau here, 1,200 points. Good thing we didn't trade for him. Ryan Getzlav, 1,000. Spezza almost got to 1,000. Gabrick, Pavelski. Kind of surprised, actually, Pavelski's already calling it a career. Camilleri there, Hemsky, Philip Green. So, some pretty big names. Nothing too crazy. I guess Getzlav, Pavelski, like, those are big names. Really nobody for goalies. The goalies just stick it out. Like, Luongo's still grinding, Lundqvist. And like I was saying, I'm going to take a look at the awards now. As you can see here, Tampa Bay Lightning are your Stanley Cup champions. No surprise there. Tampa Bay is just an absolute force in franchise mode. St. Louis won the Presidents back-to-back years, actually. Dallas, I didn't even realize this, made it to the Stanley Cup final back-to-back years. They won the Cup last year, though. Okay. So that's not too bad, I guess. I thought they lost both years. The Sallow dude won the Art Ross and the Hart. James Norris there goes to Justin Falk. Lady Bing Tarasenko. Alex Nylander with the Calder, and on Montreal now. So he was in free agency. Montreal must have given him an offer that Buffalo couldn't match and then just sent over the picks. I'm assuming that's pretty nuts. Kucherov there, Conn Smythe. Vasilevsky, the Vezina. Jake Allen with the William M. Jennings. Gould there with the Bill Masterson. McDavid, though, with the Selke. Ted Lindsay also goes to Sallow. And Maurice Richard. That guy, he just went off. AHL awards, Colorado Eagles there, Calder Cup. We didn't get anything, even though we had over 100 points. I still can't believe we missed the playoffs over 100 points. Anderson Dolan, most points in the league. Also MVP. Most goals there, Zykov. Outstanding rookie is Turvdon. Jake Bean, best defenseman. Merzlikins, best goalie. Miller there, I didn't even know. In the AHL, it's kind of funny. And he won the MVP there, the Calder Cup. Zykov, sportsmanship. Howe's there, community. And then Carter Hart had the least goals against. I was hoping maybe Frost or Timoshaw picked up an award, but that's alright. So, I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I want to take a quick look at the playoff tree as well. So, Dallas swept the Ducks, beat the Kings in 6, swept the Coyotes, and then lost the Lightning in 7. So, very close Stanley Cup final there. Lightning beat the Sabres in 7, Panthers in 5, and then the Blue Jackets in 7. So, they almost played as much playoff hockey as you possibly could. They were 2 games short, so definitely deserving of that Stanley Cup. They grinded through. And like I was saying, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. I'm still trying to comprehend exactly what happened. I don't know how our team missed the playoffs. I thought we were a Stanley Cup contender. So missing the playoffs and finishing last in the division is just insane. And then even on top of that, AHL team, 100-point season, misses the playoffs. Like, I don't even know. Luckily, our core is very young, so we're still going to be very good next year. I think we should have a good amount of cap space, so whoever we have to re-sign, don't think that should be any issue. Maybe you can even add a free agent or 2. I guess we'll have to see what happens. Draft, don't have too many picks, but you never know. Maybe we can get lucky, find a diamond in the rough. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a thumbs up. Also, guys, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you do that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.